later.
Oh, please don't be taking my picture.
No, don't worry about it.
She just got a new perm yesterday.
I
Let's
don't
take a
photograph.
picture.
I don't photograph well.
We'll just
Talk better.
This is for your great-great-great-great-grandchildren, so we'll just tell them what you look like.
Well, I have a couple of questions.
Oh, I don't care if you take.
Let Eileen ask now. Everybody be quiet. You're in school. This is a class.
No talking about that.
Ebbets Field. Cost a living.
Okay.
Okay, teacher.
Wait a minute now. Where did I go?
Yeah,
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, my notes?
I hope I can answer.
Okay.
the question.
Oh, you can answer it. Where did you, first of all, okay, well, never mind that. Where did you go to grammar school?
Number 10 in Scranton.
No, wait a minute.
I was the baby of the class when I graduated.
Wait a
eighth
minute,
grade.
wait a minute.
Is that Mike picking this up?
Don't, oh, Eileen, you don't mind if I interrupt? Miriam, you went to grammar school up in Nativity when we lived in that house up on third floor. That's where we started. Number 10 was when we lived on Maple Street.
Yeah, but I graduated from number
Yeah.
10, so I
But
went
we
to
also went to
baby
one
of the
before
class. They
number
gave me a
10.
bottle on the nipple.
Well, when
I
you
started school when I was 4 years old.
when you started school, what was your first school?
In Avoca.
Mine was Scranton.
Yeah, well, I went in Avoca and they put a chair in the room for me because I was too young for the class. But I knew the whole primer because Margaret and Celia Maloney, our cousins, every night, my mother said, I sat with them. And I knew everything they did in first grade.
So where did you live then?
We lived in Avoca, in our grandmother's
I'm
house.
gonna wait. Let her talk about it.
Okay. You
Is that
lived in
Mike on, huh?
Yeah, you lived in Avoca.
We lived in Avoca, that's where our father was killed and is buried, and our mother was raised there.
Uh-huh.
And when she got married, we lived with our grandmother,
In Avoca.
our mother's mother, Grandma Maloney. Yeah,
In Avoca.
in Avoca. I still remember her. She couldn't walk. She had
And her name was
Bridget
McKenna. Bridget McKenna.
Yes.
And she was married to,
I don't know what her grandfather's first name was. Maloney.
no, but, yeah, he was Maloney, that's what I have, and I don't have a first name.
I
John.
think it was John.
I think he was John too, because
Johnny. They
it
used to
seems
call
like all of these people have a child named John.
him. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was in Avoca.
Yes.
And,
You taking this in,
what
Bob?
street did you live on?
York
I put your
Avenue.
mom up to Scranton.
You lived on York Avenue and you went to number 10 school?
No, that was later
Oh, okay.
in Scranton.
What school did you go to in Avoca?
Well, see, I wasn't really, I just went
Just a public school.
because
I
my
don't
mother
know
knew everybody in Avoca, and they.
But you didn't go to St. Mary's?
No.
Okay. So then where did you go from Avoca?
We went to Scranton. I think I was about 7 years old. We lived on Main Street in Avoca for a while, next to the jail building. Remember? Kitty Dunn's house.
Outside the jail.
Yeah, the next
Yeah, we
building.
could forget the jail.
And our mother got a job. That's when she didn't go to work until then. We were old enough to leave, and Grandma was gone then. She took care of Grandma,
Her mother.
her mother.
Bridget McKenna.
Right.
Yeah. And my mother had a single brother. Uncle Eddie lived with us.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he never married. He went to war. I'll just tell you this so it may come
Yeah.
up later. He went in service in the First World War, and he was shot. His brain, his nerves were shot with all the war and everything.
Yeah.
And when he came home, he got a big check every month, and he was drinking then. And he'd be gone for 2 and 3 days. He'd have all these friends who want him then,
Yeah.
And then he'd come home. This is what Mother told us. He'd come home when he had no place to go and nobody to
Right, take care of him.
Yeah. And he took care of all the mules at the mines, all the animals, the mules. And she said he would have made a wonderful veteran, what do you call it?
Veteran.
I dated Bill.
Yeah, that's what.
And we had a
that
girlfriend,
fascinates me
Mary
when I know that
Card.
You dated him first.
And Mary Card would invite us to her home, remember? A group of we
We had
girls.
a lovely group at the
And
Catholic.
we
Every
were
Friday
there,
night.
and all of a sudden you'd pair off. So I paired off with Uncle Bill. At Mary Card's, but we met at the Catholic Daughters.
Oh,
How
yeah.
old were you then?
18
How old was he?
years older than me.
Maybe 20.
But you had to be a member to the Catholic
Sure.
Daughters to get in there. You couldn't.
Exclusive
And
club.
it was every Friday night.
Yeah. They had a
And
dance.
oh, we dressed up for that. Mother let us buy a new dress once in a while. And,
Mother would come over to, after she stopped working, she'd come over and meet us for lunch, and it would be our payday. Remember? And she'd take us by, and she'd take us,
and there was a dress
so
shop
she'd
there.
see what
All
we brought
dresses
and
were
make sure it was,
$5. And you got your $5. You didn't have to worry about price.
And was there a band at this dance?
Let's see now, what was the music now? I think it was like a little
I think it was
two-piece band.
a-
Or
Was it close to
record
the
players,
It was a
maybe.
house.
Maybe it was a record player?
The
No,
university has the house now.
Is that
It
right?
was a
Yeah,
house.
it's on, that street right up from the first street you go up when you get out.
And you know how you
Mulberry
dance?
Street?
You dance through the rooms.
I
Is
don't
that
know.
right?
Oh,
Madison?
Oh, right.
What street was it?
Clay Street?
No, it's Clay Avenue, but that goes that way. This was going up.
Mulberry.
I can't remember the name of the
You know, when you
street.
come over from the station, the rail, and
Mulberry.
yeah, Mulberry. I think it was Mulberry.
Mulberry, I think it was.
Well, now that's where you met Uncle Bill.
Yeah.
Well, where did you meet?
Where'd you
I met my
live?
husband on Sunday night at Mary Tighe's house. She was a neighbor, a girl I was friendly with my age. She lived on Maple Street. We lived down here, and she lived up there. All right, so she was dating Paul Wetter, remember? And Ed lived near him. They were friends, and so she made a date for me. She said, "Will you come up and meet somebody on Sunday night?"
So it was a blind
It
date.
was a blind date, and we played the piano and danced and had a good time. And then I lived just half a block away, but he took me home. He asked if he could take me to the movies.
Did he kiss you goodnight?
Yes.
Oh, first date?
Yeah, sure.
Now they're getting personal with us. How about that?
And
What about
but
you,
then I
Aunt?
didn't see him for a long time. We dated off and on, but that was
How old were you when you met him?
about 18 or yeah. Because
So
I
you
knew him
dated Uncle
7.
Bill after that then?
I knew him 7 years when I married him, but I wasn't going out with him for 7. I didn't see him for a couple of years. I had a couple of other nice boyfriends in between.
Who was your first boyfriend?
Oh, was it that Riley? A boy named Riley lived not far from us. Remember him? And then there was a boy from Oliphant. Remember him? Yeah, I remember your boyfriend.
Who was your first boyfriend?
Honey Gordon.
Honey Gordon.
And I
Honey,
think
a long
my
time.
mother, I think the disappointment of my mother's life that I didn't marry Honey.
Oh, really?
But after she got to know Bill, she loved Bill
I
too.
should think so.
But I think
You
Honey,
did the right thing there, Aunt Flossie.
oh, I know it. But Honey was in the neighborhood up near Nellie
Yeah,
and went to our church.
knew all the
And,
family.
and you know how the mothers are, and I think they thought, oh, this is a nice union, and but I met Bill. I didn't have. I
That
had
was
his
the-
ring.
a long time
I had his
ago.
high school ring.
That was the end of Honey, huh?
Marriage is a maiden heaven anyway, right?
What'd you say?
Marriage is a maiden heaven.
Oh, yeah.
Aunt Flossie told me that a long time ago.
And Honey was quite a basketball star. He was big in basketball then. That was beginning to get real big
Uh-huh.
then. With the high school, he played. He was the
Bill was
big.
pretty good, wasn't he? Uncle Bill was pretty good, wasn't he?
Yeah, I guess they were
Tennis and
kind of
basketball,
athletically
yeah.
inclined. Tennis was one of their sports
Yeah.
too. Dick and Harold and Bill.
Yeah.
How did Uncle Bill and your husband know one another? Did they know one another?
They met through us.
I think it was, but they
were
both
good
lived
friends
up in the
after.
hill section, but not near each other.
Uh-huh.
Uncle
They-
Bill was
they
a
knew
little
through
younger.
us.
Oh, okay. They didn't know one another before you
Bill's my
guys.
age, was it?
Bill is Mary's age.
So Daddy was a couple years older.
Yes.
Well, he was
about
born-
2 years older than me.
He was born in '07,
1907.
right?